So welcome everybody. Part two of our webinar series for Jiu-Jitsu for people with disabilities. Well, today we have ideas for grading system in Para Jiu-Jitsu, and we have George here who will give us a presentation and answer a couple of questions. But before we start with that, I got a short presentation from our Director General, and I will hold that quick for a couple of minutes. And then we dive in directly to the grading ideas. So let's start with that. Hope everybody can see it.
Yes.
Is it working? George, can you see me as well? Everything's good?
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay, good. Well, quick overview about the status that we have right now in Para Jiu-Jitsu in the JJF. If it's working, yeah. So what we have is two separated bodies. We have like the standard sport and the para sport. They are both well established also in the international context. So International Olympic Committee, International Paralympic Committee, the Continental Olympic Committees and Paralympic Committees. And it's, yeah, always a little bit difficult to handle that because two separated bodies mean you have to talk to two different organizations and so on and so on. And then you have a broad variety of different games running around. There is actually no synergy of contacts and infrastructure. So both sides do their stuff on their own without connecting. And that means that they're also not much inclusive. Just to name a few of this different games you have the Deaf Olympics, Virtus Games, Special Olympics, International Blind Sports Federations, and so on and so on. And everybody's doing their own thing. So what we try to do now in Jiu-Jitsu with the para sport is that we included in our normal standard program, instead of running a separate federation or a separate organization or separate tournaments, we combine our forces with an associated member. The World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation is at the moment the organization we're talking about that with, and there are quite a lot of benefits to work with this associated member structure, because, for example, in JJF, we only have national federations as members. At the moment, it's not possible to have an individual membership that, for example, George or me as an individual person can be member of the JJF. We need to be part of a national federation. The World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation don't have that. They have the possibility that they can have individual membership. So if an athlete want to compete but don't have a national federation in their country, for example, then they still can compete via the World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation. That's a big bonus in this setting. In order to establish a well-working structure and, work together in the right direction, there should be a common representation from both sides in both boards and commissions. That would mean, for example, for the JJF, that we would get a board member from the World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation that represents the para sport in the board, or in the technical commission, for example. And here is the step now a little bit more in a little bit different approach, as I told you already. In this case, we would have the International Olympic Committee at the JJF side, the Paralympic Committee, and the World Para Jiu-Jitsu side. Both talk to the committees, but still, because we are combined, it's easy for us to work together. Okay, somebody, just give me a second. Yeah, okay, now it's working. Let's go back to that. And as I already said, we have in JJF only the national memberships, the National Federation memberships. And the World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation has the individual memberships. And the next bonus, let's say, is that the World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation is able to have different or several national members or national federations. So they are not restricted to only one, as we are. Just give me. There is a problem now with this. I hate that. Where's my screen now? Right back now. Can you see my screen, or do you see me?
We can
The screen
see
and
you.
you was visible, yes.
Both. Okay.
Both.
Both. Okay, that's good. Then I need to go back to Canva. Yeah. What requirements does the World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation have in order to let's say create this corporation or associated membership? The International Sports Organization has, let's say, in the Olympic and Paralympic way, certain requirements for federations. Well, they need to be a non-profit organization, need a democratic structure, they need to have regular elections, good governance, transparency. This is all stuff like anti-doping and stuff like this. And this structure need to be established for the World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation as well, because JJF already has that. And also, like the JJF already has, is the federation still can pay expenses, salaries, and compensations, but they cannot make profit and distribute it as a share. So that's a quick overview to where we are right now. Just a couple of short slides. We are working hard to get this partnership done. Yeah, then I would like to pass the word to George to present an idea of a grading system. And please, as we had it already last time, let him finish the presentation first, and then we start with a question and answer, because otherwise it can get a little bit messy when three people are talking at the same time. And we can discuss everything then after the presentation of George. So, George, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Christian. First of all, I would like to say a very big sorry about my English. It's not so good, but I try to do my best. Next to me is my son, who helps me with the technology and with the presentation. We start working with the para athletes. We visit sometime in 1999 foundation with para people, and the mayor invite all the sports clubs, Ju-Jitsu, football, basketball, all the sports of the district to do a demonstration to the people inside in the foundation. So many children and people with disabilities saw our demonstration. They like it very much, and they come very close to us, and they told us that this is very nice. This is very nice to see how the human being can do very extraordinary things, but we cannot do those things. It's nice to see, but we cannot participate in some kind of Jiu-Jitsu project. At the past, I had the experience from a physiotherapy college, and I had visit many times as a physiotherapist some hospitals with people with disabilities. And for me, it was very easy to combine those two experiences, the physiotherapy and the Jiu-Jitsu, to combine them and to do a kind of training to those kids. So I told to the kids that if they want, I can start with them a kind of training to know each other first of all, and to try to do something. Day by the day, this experience was very nice. The kids like very much this project. They participate with very enthusiastic smile. They wait 2 hours before the training in the door to come and to do training together. They were very happy. And we start individual program for each kid, because the disability, as you know, is different from person to person. And then we try to continue in a kind of program. Very fast. They try to do games together and to have the fun with fights together. So that's why we create a fighting system for the kids in a sitting position, lay down position, and stand up position, and a duo also system for them in a lay down position, in a sitting position, or in a wheelchair, and then in a standing up position. That was the first movement in Greece in the sports Jiu-Jitsu for the para people. We done a very nice presentation 2003 in Corfu. The Greek Federation in the summer of 2003 had the honor to organize the JJIF Summer Camp in Corfu. And we had the space before the last day and the International Open to do the presentation to the JJIF. It was the first time we saw something like that. And then we try several times to continue with the para things, but we do not have that kind of space. Συνέχισε το επόμενο. Συνέχισε. Well, this is my team, and we work all together to try to do the first Greek para Jiu-Jitsu national championship. This is some photos from the foundation, some photos from festival and demonstration to the people. Next. We have also people in the wheelchair. We have also blind. They have problem with orasis. Here you can see some photos from the first and the second national championship. We are doing a duo. We have couples with people, usual athletes. They try to do attack to the para athletes. Inside and outside photos. Then the kids said it's okay with the sport, it's okay with the medals, but we need graduation. We need to know what is our level. And then we start with my son to create the belt system for the para athletes for Jiu-Jitsu. It's not easy to create a plan like this because, as we told before, the disabilities are different from person to person. So I choose to do some techniques and some photos for each part of technique for the people in a wheelchair. And let's see the first photo. Here we start with stances, with some movements, tai sabaki, with some strikes, tsukiwaza. Let's continue. Ukewaza, if they can do it, maybe with one hand, maybe they can work both the hands. We have some geriwaza. Usually the people in the wheelchair cannot move the legs. And some workouts, some theory, some fighting system, some ukemiwaza, because it's very important for those people. When they lose the balance, it's very important to know how to fall. So it's extraordinary, this subject, how to fall. There is a very big question when I have a discussion with the Greek teachers, with the Greek coaches, why I have to do this. Or I cannot get into the foundation because my heart cannot stand this situation. I'm very sad when I see those people. Or I don't know how to do that. This is usual answers in the question why you don't start, why you don't help those people. So I tell you that this project helps me very, very, very much. It's not the money. If you believe that if you will be a teacher for para jiu-jitsu athletes and you're gonna have a salary or take money from those people for the foundation, this is a joke. But first of all, it's the creativity. First of all, I become a better person. When I do the training and I leave the foundation, I feel very, very nice with myself that I help people, and the smile and the good energy they give me, those people, they give me the power to continue in the very difficult path of martial arts. They give me power. It's very nice to have contact with those people. It's very nice to have physical athletes and sometimes to combine them with the para athletes, because they think again that they are very lucky that they have the good physical condition and they can do jiu-jitsu and they can participate in normal championships. And when they see those people, they are very happy. They are They have a lot of fun. They expect the time and the minute they do training. All this is a very, very, very big lesson for all of us. And it's a social reboost that there is some social teams, they need help. We can help them in a very easy way. Just give some time to them. And then when we have a contact with them, we come out as a better person. The other thing is the management of all these projects. Many times I ask from the Minister of Athletes some help to promote my work. Sometimes I went to the mayor office and I ask some help to promote my work, or to the prefecture office. Nobody pay attention to me, and all they speak to me, and they told me that the honest thing is that many people like you come here for help. You are not 100, you are 1,000 of trainers, and we cannot help all of you. We can give you what we give you, and this is all. And then I start thinking that if I have to prove something extraordinary like para, maybe they start thinking about me in a different way. So when I start share to them what we are doing with the foundation and with the para athletes, they start look at me more serious, and they start give me some help to work in a better conditions, and can do some kind of better development with other trainers, or with better places or venues, or many kind of help. So I start take the respect of the authorities, and of course day after day they start give me some money to help my project and help to promote my total work. When I came to Alabama to the World Games with 2 athletes and my son as a partner, and 2 people from the foundation, it was a very expensive travel, and the whole expense covered from the Minister of Health, the Minister of Sports, or my federation just give the right to come, but no money for this very hard, expensive travel. And even the same thing happened to the next station in the World Championship in Abu Dhabi. We had the help from the Minister of Health, because the Minister of Health like to promote and give some space to this special project. So I believe that if we start with a small group with para people, of course, it's necessary the para people to want to do something like that, because the most of the people, they do not want to do special activities or sports. But if we talk about the self-defense, they know everybody, even the para people, or the self-defense, it's necessary. It's a very important tool for all of us, for all the ages, for women, for men, for all of us. It's a very special life tool to know how to protect yourself. So if you are involved, if you start involved with Jiu-Jitsu, not necessary for a championship, just for a nice training, a very nice training, and 2 times per week, 1 time per week. And we start with the belt system, and we know all the techniques for the yellow belt, or the techniques for all belt. Now we have people in the blue and the brown belt. They are very near to the black belt. Our belt system is until the fifth dan. They can use in the second and in the third and the fourth dan also weapons, the classical traditional weapons like tonfa, like iaido, bow, stick, kama, tonfa, all these things. And of course, special techniques. We have also in our plan for blind people some techniques. And I believe that this is a nice code. It's just a guideline how you can keep your people active, and every year or every 6 months doing examinations, and they can take the half or the whole belt, the next movement. This is very nice. If the people like to be more active and participate in a small or in the bigger championship, this is very nice because they put the flag in the chest, they travel a lot, and they represent themselves and their country. This is a very big honor for them. They need something like that for their life. It's a very, very big station if they participate or if they can take a very nice big medal. So I believe, my friends, that for 1 or 2 hours per week, it's not a big thing to have a contact, to have a kind of work with those people, to give our services to those social sensitive groups, and help, because when you give help, when you give help, when you give your power, sometimes the help and the power somehow come back to you. That's all. The next step for me is to give this work to the special committee of JGIF. The name is Done in Styles and Grades, to take a recognition from this section. And then if all it's okay, maybe we can export all this work to the other countries and to exchange ideas and to have a nice cooperation with other coaches who like to start with this, or maybe they have already knowledge and experience about this. Maybe it's good, maybe it's the right time to exchange ideas and to promote and give some space and do some better development for this. I believe Christian do a very hard work on this with Joe Tomfat, and I'm yours. I can help in the kind of work we need for the better for the sport we love. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. So, are there questions? Go ahead, don't be shy. We had that last time as well. Come on. Now we have somebody here who can answer your thoughts and questions. Or do we have any other ideas that we want to share? That's also possible. We have a bit time left for that.
I have a short question. I'm curious. So you shared a few pictures, and this is then focused on athletes in the wheelchair, right? Or do you also have like the yellow belt program, for example, that was shared? Is this also then for blind people or other variations, or is this now focused for athletes in the wheelchair? I did not understand that.
The whole work until 5 done, as I told you, is a guideline on the wheelchair. Of course, we have people, they can stand in the feet, and they are more active, or maybe we can have people they are less active than the people in the wheelchair. We have to see the percent of the disability, and we have to create a special program for them. The whole system, the whole program is just a guideline. You cannot follow it 100% for all the people with disabilities, because from guy to guy, from person to person, there is a different disability. As you told before, we have blind people. So we try to put our project close to the blind people. Or maybe we have a disability in one hand, or maybe one leg, or maybe in the side, or paraplegic or fourplegic. So we have to see the kind of disability, and we try to take the points of the system, of the belt system, and then to ask to work with the people and to do the examinations in that kind of possibility.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic, because then one has, of course, from the World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation, they have like classification on the disabilities, and then we can see if we can map your program to this classifications and see what fits where. So this would be a nice cooperation. Cool, great work. Thanks for the
It's
explanation.
just a guideline. It's you cannot
sure.
follow exactly with the
No.
program. It's just a guideline.
Yeah, but I think the guideline gives a nice framework on what could be done,
You can
and
play
then
with it.
yeah, and the Para Jiu-Jitsu, yeah.
You can put your personal you can put your personal ideas and your personal work and your personal feedback. Of course, it's just a guideline.
In general, I think, especially in para, we have a lot of work with adaptation to the athlete. Yeah, so it's not only in grading; it's also in a competition training. You always need to adapt to the person that is standing right in front of you. That makes the work so hard, but still, it's worth it. And I think that especially in the grading, as you said, you need to have varieties, and I think that to have a guideline, just a common baseline, and then you can vary in whatever direction you need, is the best way to do a grading in para jiu-jitsu. I think it's the best starting point, that we say, okay, we have a general agreement about what yellow belt, for example, has to be able to perform according to their ability. So like I would never ask a wheelchair user to do kicks, for example. That is useless, but they can do a lot of amazing things with their arms. That kind of variety we should keep open.
The other thing is that the other thing is that it's not we have to see the whole picture. When you have a group with para, doesn't mean that the 100% of the team, the group, will be the team for the championship.
Exactly.
If the doctor don't give a sign about this for few people, or maybe they do not want to go to the stadium, and they prefer to do the training with low light or with no noise. So we have to take care for all those people, because they are doing jiu-jitsu. That's very important.
Yes, of course. So
for the 3% of the group that will go to the championship
people as well. George, in general, it's the same with mainstream people as well. Yes. In my club, we have, I don't know, around 160 people, and our competition team is not even half of it. So from that, I think it's a good possibility that we have a grading that also athletes with disabilities have something they can work on too, even if they don't want to compete.
Yes.
And so any other ideas to the topic of grading? Because now we're here, we can discuss it. We can now, start a process. Or how do you do it in your federation? That would be also something very interesting. Everybody's quiet. Everybody's shy. We frightened them, George.
I'm a smile guy.
Yeah.
Very expensive, this face.
Yeah.
Hello, hi, myself Shikha. Can I ask something?
Of course.
So I have attended this session, and this session was really very good. And for me, it was, I mean, something. Yeah, Bugu, just wait a minute. So I mean, for me, I came to know about something. Bugu, please, ready. Just wait a minute. Sorry for the interruption. Today is Sunday, so I mean, it's not possible to be in the meeting. So for me, yeah, I mean, this session was really very good because now in my area, we have a few para judokas. I mean, they are physically challenged, but we have a few athletes, those who are willingly to take part, but they are the wheelchair athletes. And some of them are mentally retarded also. For them, I'm planning to do something. I wanted to contribute something from my side. So I was really very confused how to start from the beginning, how to give them a training. So I was really confused. I have been into seminar in last Asian Championship, and I have been into online seminar also. And I was having few doubts regarding how to give a basic training for the wheelchair athletes and how to start with somebody who is empathy. I mean, the one I have a two people who did not have one hand. So now, after watching a little bit idea about start the basic training, so I have one small request. Can we get these documents personally so that we can go through with these documents, and accordingly we can plan some training program for the special empathy people? And if I can get some help for some athletes, I have a mentally retarded, but they can perform some activities. So if somebody can help me to plan training for them also. We already started online session. I already started giving them counseling, what to do, what not to do, but they are waiting for a proper professional video. They wanted to see, they wanted to start something. So if I can get those videos and documents, maybe I can start something here for them.
Can I answer?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for your attention and your point. I would like to help you with all my power. First of all, for me, it's necessary, it's very important to take the rights from the JJIF rank style committee, and then to express it like a JJIF or like a personal work to the countries. I don't think that if I export this work alone, it will be good idea. I would like to have a kind of right from JJIF. So give me some time, please, to send it to that section to take a kind of right to do that, because everything I do, I would like to do it in the right way. This is the first step. So give me some time, and when we have the right, we can give it to all they need it. This is the first step. The other step is maybe we can have a platform with some videos, not only for
Yes.
para, but also for fighting and for duo and for Nevasa. And some teachers, they want to give some projects or some ideas. Maybe then they can give some video ideas, and then we take the videos and we can create something new, or we can take the central idea and then we can create something else. So I believe that this platform, this kind of bibliothèque with techniques help all of us to exchange ideas and to think around the world what's going on and how we work. Maybe you can send to the platform a question, and when a big teacher with a lot of experience would like to answer to you by a video, maybe this video helps you. I believe the technology can help us in this direction, and why not to start as soon as possible, something like that.
So is the question answered, or you have an additional question, Shika?
It's okay?
I think I have to wait because we already started some small stuff, but I was confused how to start with the wheelchair athletes. But I saw some images and I already saw the lines. Now I got an idea how to start. So for now, I can do something because now I have an idea. But I will wait for these documents. The documents will be going to help us a lot. I know.
Okay.
So hopefully, I think soon we are going to get the positive response from the JJIF. And then accordingly, we can plan our belt grading program for the future. Thank you.
I believe a little bit earlier or maybe a little bit later than the World Champion of Creta will be ready for this.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shika. Any other questions? Any other comments? Nothing? Nobody?
So, Christian, this is personal question, not related with the para grading system. As a judge, suppose we are a duo referee also, and we are very much interested to learn the judgment part for this special performers. So for that, more than that, I think we judges has to work a lot. So I'm very curious that in 2 or 3 days, we are going to learn how to judge them. I mean, we
You
should
will
know
learn it.
what is their, yeah, that's, I mean, I'm very
It's not
excited.
that hard.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
teach you. It's really not that hard.
Yeah, we are very much curious. Yeah, that will be great learning.
Well,
Yes.
we're trying to get videos, but
That's what.
you see, it's very, very hard to get videos from around the world to do that. But no worries, it will work.
For Nevaza, there is no problem. We can see plenty of videos on the social media. But duo and fight, duo is something very new, especially for the wheelchair athletes,
I know.
especially for the blind people. Yeah, that's why
But
nobody's having anything.
you've been to
So we need to wait.
the seminar in the Asian Championship. They already explained a little bit how
Yes.
we're gonna judge it.
Yeah.
When you
The
come to the
small
World
activities and
Championship, we go more in detail in the referee seminar
yes,
there. Then
yes.
you will manage that for sure. It's really not as hard as it may sound.
Yes.
And maybe one small comment from my side. If I'm not mistaken, the judging was also part of the last webinar, then not from a referee perspective, but from an athlete perspective. So what one has to do, but this already also gives some insight. And we have the webinars uploaded on the JJIF YouTube channel. So there is also some information available on the judging for the para duo, for the inclusive self-defense, which is based on the duo. Sorry, that's why I said duo. So this is also a possibility to look at this, and of course, as said, the referees have of course dedicated seminars additionally.
Good. So if there are no other questions, then I thank you very, very much for your attendance. Thank you, George, for sharing your ideas. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
You're very welcome. And next week we have done the para Ju-Jitsu with Professor El Sire. Looking forward to that as well. So far, have a nice day. Take care, guys, and until the next webinar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so